Hey, how are you? Welcome back on the Seborga series. So last time we built this very beautiful and interesting old city, but now we have a problem. We have way too much unemployment. Right now we are at 21.4% of unemployment and it's not acceptable. So we will follow our plans and build a nice industrial port in this area. So without any further ado, let's build it. So this build was a bit challenging for me. It took me 6 hours and a half, 7 hours, something like this. So I know it's not that long. I've just seen a video of someone building a custom airport and he says that it took him 35 hours plus 1 day to figure out how it worked. But still, for me, 6 hours it's long. I'm not playing that much. So, but yes, I'm quite happy with the result. So here you can see I'm starting by playing with cargo harbor assets and the passenger one, and I didn't know that it was possible to make them together in one node. But the only issue is they are very close by, so because of that I can't really create all the road. I had to redo everything a second time, and I still can't use the left crane of the cargo harbor, but I don't care. I don't have that many traffic in terms of cargo, so I'm fine with that. And it's looking great to have both of them in the same dock. I really like it. It's a lot of activity at the same place, so it's great. Then I've added a train, how do you call that, a train depot, because I have only one train depot in Limao. I don't remember the name of my own city. It's Limano, because that's Milano, the Italian city, but in different order, syllable, whatever. So yes, I've added this train terminal because I know that I will need more train in the future, because we will have a train station that, in fact, I already built it. You can see it on some plans, but then I'm still having the same idea. Just start with the biggest, largest buildings, because afterward you won't be able to place them. So I've started with the two harbors, sorry, and then I'm using how do you call that, unique factories, because I want this big chunk of industry at the same place. So I've placed first the car factory, and this is the switch on company building electric stuff, so yeah, whatever. And a lot of parking, because it's always important to have big parking in such an area. So once again, in this time lapse, I'm showing like if I was knowing what I was doing. So here you can see me building all the surrounding of the two factories, the unique factories, but in reality I didn't work that well. Sorry. I just went going back on different stuff, and this is more detailing part that I did at the end, but I think it's more interesting and easier to watch this way. So I spent quite a long time just editing this video to try to make sense of the blobbiness, of the weirdness, of the mess in my brain. That's a mess in my brain. So yes, after that's a little bit repetitive, just developing some buildings using better bulldozer to delete surfaces and props, because I stitched building together to make appear larger than what they are in the game. And then some how do you say that, decoration detailing by adding my own surfaces and some bushes and stuff like this. Yeah, I just added a little place with 2-3 commerce for people to eat, because I do have to eat. I probably have a, how do you call that, a restaurant inside the industry, but maybe sometimes I want to go outside and have lunch when it's sunny or stuff like that. So we're almost done with this part of the port, just few more buildings, and then I will fill the parking with cars, assuming that there are new cars that were built in the factory. And then this is my best achievement in this port. This is the stone quarry. I spent way too much time detailing this quarry because it's not my only one. I have 2 or 3 of them, I think, something like this. One in Panoli, one close by to Pescara. But this is the most detailed one. In fact, I almost didn't detail any of them. But on this one, I spent a lot of time. And I stole an ID from someone, I don't remember his name, sorry. If you're watching the video, just let me know in the comment. He did this artist that you can see right now, putting like the white transparent texture over the cliff to change the aspect of the cliff. He did that on the Elba map during the competition, I think, and I loved it so much that I say I have to try it. So I've done it here, and I think it's working very well. Right now you just seen like a tiny bit, but yes, right now, and after a while I'm doing all in with this technique, and I think it's really good. It's really nice. So thank you for the guy who had the idea, and sorry for stealing it, but yeah, it's working very well. Then adding some bed river texture by Sunny to try to change a little bit to not be too monotonous on the texture on the cliff. It's, I don't know, you still have like harsh lines, so I'm not sure. I'm using sand stamps to try to hide it, but you still can see it. But I don't know what you think about that. I think it's still working quite well. But yeah, there I went a little bit overboard with detailing. I put so many stones, pebbles, I don't know, bushes and stuff like this, and stumps of dirt everywhere. But yes, it really looks interesting, and that's something important. I mean, important. It doesn't happen very often with this kind of query. Most of the time it's just boring, so I'm quite happy about this one. I think that's the highlight of the port, because yes, I didn't went that far into detailing in all the part of the port because I don't have the time for that, sadly. And I think that's important to have like a focal things, or one thing that you really want to see. So yes, I'm putting all the detail in this place, and that's it. Or maybe that's just an excuse because I'm too lazy to do it all over the place. I don't know, but still, it's quite nice. Talking about laziness, I think that's the first time on this Elba map that I'm zoning something, because yes, if you just seen this episode, you haven't seen the whole map, but I have like already, I don't know, 10 different cities, small villages, and 3 main city, 4, 5. But I think I never ever zoned anything on this map, so that's my first time. But yes, I just wanted to finish this build at one point, so I just went down this path, and it's okay. I think it kind of looks good if you don't do it everywhere, if you're just doing like some places like this, or if you leave like empty lots and reworking the surfaces and stuff like this. But yeah. And then talking about focal point, as it is the entrance of the port, I wanted something a bit more interesting here, so I create my own big factory. So I'm just how do you say it, taking a lot of buildings together, stitching them together to create like one big place. So yeah, some offices and some industrial building. Then I will bring the rye there, and I will later on put some train in here, like if there were some activities, and one big slab of concrete to make it look like one unique place. The only thing I'm missing, I didn't put any fences around. I should have, Maybe at one point I will go back to this place and add more detailing. But right now it's okay because that's not the kind of place where you will zoom in. So I just wanted to have it interesting when you watch the entrance of the port. That's it. So for it, I think it's quite nice. Because yes, I realize that I can't detail all the map as much as I want it, so you have to choose what is important on your map. That's my point. I don't know how you are doing. I don't know if you're a lot into detailing, or if you don't care, or if you spend like half of your time just doing this, or 90% of your time. I don't know. I'm always I'm amazed by people that are doing this so well, like $2.20 infrastructurist is doing it quite well too, or Sunny, or I don't know, I'm forgetting a lot of other people, but yes, or City Planners Play, of course. But yes, I think I will never reach their level, but I'm still very happy with what I'm building, and I think it's nice. And there are not that many European cities, so here doesn't have anything specific of Europe because that's an industrial port, so it's more or like, how will we say that, it looks the same in most of the country, I guess. That's why. But for the rest of the cities, the old cities that you've seen on the last big episode, if you've seen it, I haven't seen that many build of this kind, so I'm still very happy with what I'm doing. Yes, I'm sending myself some love and congratulations, because it's always good. So yes, so pardon me for this. So here I'm building the last industrial dock, because I thought it was still a bit too small, and also because there was still a lot of unemployment in the city, so I needed more offices and more industrial buildings. So that's why I added this one, but I'm really happy to have added this one. It gives an interesting shape to the wall port, I think, as you can see from further from the sky. Here once again I didn't add detail. I should have put like rocks and stuff like this, but I didn't really care. And here is the final industrial building. This is the post office, not the post office, the sorting facility, because I had an issue with my mails. And once again, I wanted to improve the shape of the port, so I've added this part of the port, but this one is really close to the city, so I figured out that this one would have been rehabilitated. It would have been like an old dock, maybe one of the first, but no, it's not an industrial dock anymore. It's very gentrified with nice buildings. There are a lot of unique buildings in this area, and it's looking quite nice. And this building was kind of a mistake. I mean, it looks great, I love it, I don't want to get rid of that, but I didn't check before, but it's like 8,000 people, I think, living in this building. So at this point I was quite good with my unemployment, but I've just added 8,000 people. So yeah, I don't know the number. I was at 58 or something like this, and now I'm at 62, 65, 66, I don't know, whatever. But yes, so I still have an unemployment issue because of this building. So it kind of made my build pointless. Not pointless because it's beautiful, it's interesting to have this kind of build in my city. I wanted this port from the beginning, but still, I still have to figure out a way to make my unemployment drop a little bit. But yes, I'm happy because this city is the first city on my map with a real industrial port and an old city. Because the first city I built was Panoli, and it was thought as the first city ever built on the map in the past in 954. There is an episode about that if you want to see what it looks like. But yes, there's no industrial port, and then I needed an industrial port, so I created a second city named Limano, and this one is almost just just a port and nothing else. So in this one, I wanted to have both of them because I think it's more interesting. And right now, I'm making the episode about the city center with the train station, business center, and everything. And I really like the look it has because it's just, yeah, it had everything that I wanted in one city. So I'm very happy. So as you can see, I'm almost done. This is one of the less detailed part of the port. Sadly, I think I will come back in here. As you've seen, I've put an industrial building with some tanks in here, and my idea was to have it like an abandoned industry and a park built around this, like if it was a vestige, a remaining from the past, but I never really finished it, so I don't know. So here I'm just putting some southwest themed offices, just to try to solve my my unemployment issue. But yes, 3 offices are not enough, of course, but still it's a beginning. But yeah. So here I think we are at the end of this episode where I've built this port, so I will give you a tour for you to see what it looks like. So let's go. So here we have a nice port. So I really like the shape of it. I like the fact that we can see that they just dig into the mountain to build it, so that's really unnatural. That's something that I really like. It's interesting also to see the size of the port in regard of the size of the old city. It's really huge. Even if we look at the other industrial port that I have, which is in Limano, it's in here, and as you can see, it looks way smaller. I mean, it's hard to say because this one is on both sides of the mountain, so, and it's like inside the city. It's not really a part, so it's harder to say. But yeah, and talking about non-detailed stone quarry, here is my non-detailed quarry, and here is the new version, the detailed one, the one where I spend way too much time. This is my quarry. So just see the color change on the cliff, make it so interesting. So yes, we are late on the night, so we have maybe a little bit too much shadow, but still, as you can see, you have stone all over the place. You have gravel, pebble, bushes all around, different texture in the mountain, so it looks really interesting according to me. I love this place. Just let me put a bit more light in here. So yes, I think it's interesting and in some way realistic, maybe. I don't know, I never been in a stone quarry. If you have any idea of what it's supposed to look like, just let me know. But yeah, I just like the look of this. So here you have the passenger harbor and the cargo harbor in here. Behind you can see the factory, the unique factory, car factory, and the train depot in here, going right into the mountain. I also like it, the fact that it's going right into the mountain from the harbor and from the train depot. So yeah, the car factory with its huge parking with new cars. If you want new cars, you can get store one. No, don't do that. Then you have the post office sorting facility. Yes, sorting facility. This new dock, which is very undetailed. I should have at least added some bushes or something like this. I will probably come back here and also add some cranes and stuff like this, but we'll see later. Right now I don't really care. This is the second unique factory, the switch on factory. And then you have this strip of industries that was zoned, and it looks quite nice. And then you have these unique factories that I've created. This is one block. Once again, I should have put fences around them, but still, I think it looks interesting in here for the entrance of the port. I think it's quite good to have this kind of buildings. And then this one is interesting. Oh, don't look too much on the right. This will be the next small episode. When I built the old city, just after I released a very small, short episode about building a staircase. So if you want, go check out. And then on the next one, or just after this one, I will release a very small episode, short episode once again, about a wreck. So yes. So yes, this district is really interesting according to me, because that's a gentrified district. You can imagine that we have like 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 buildings, 7 buildings that were already there before. The one you have on the left side that were from the industrial past of this area, but then they destroyed most of it and just built an enormous, a crazy apartment complex, which is really, really nice, but which also way too large for me, because there are like 8,000 people, and that's a bit too much for my city, but that's fine. This old warehouse were there also before. Now it's a park, and you have this, I think that's modern art museum or something like this, a museum, whatever, and some offices behind, just all around, and some businesses. So yes, this is the port of Seborga, which is interesting according to me. I hope you think the same. If you don't, just let me know why. Wow, what could have I done better than that? What would have you done different? Just let me know. I'm very curious and interested in this. And in any way, thank you very much to have followed this new episode. See you on the next one for a very short one, as I said. And if you don't want to miss any of the Seborga episode, subscribe and like the video. I would like it, because I don't know, I like it because I'm stupid and I'm I'm a victim of social network. So yes, anyway. And oh, one last thing. I have no idea. We are at 16.2% of unemployment. We were at 21.4%, so it's not a huge win because of the 8,000 people added to the city, but it's still a win because we have less people, and the next step is to build a business center in the city, so maybe we will even go lower on unemployment, hopefully. Anyway, this is for the next time. So have a nice day, enjoy, and see you. Bye.